Hi guys, so I saw a new tag actually on YouTube, the single mother tag, and it was created by Shay at the Ginger Mommy Diaries, so be sure to check her channel out as well. I'll link her below. There's a whole bunch of other fellow single moms that are doing this tag, that she invited to do the tag. And basically I'm just jumping on the bandwagon because I haven't really seen anyone's for fellow single moms. And that's basically why she started it. So if you're a fellow single mom and you have a YouTube channel, I'll copy all the questions and put them below in the description box. And please join in. I'm sure Shay won't mind. And leave the link to your video in the comments section below because I'd love to watch yours as well. So I'm just going to look off to the side here because that's where the questions are. So the first one is, how many kids do you have and what are their ages? Twin 10-year-olds, boy, girl. And I also have a 21-year-old stepdaughter as well. She is actually my ex-husband's oldest, but she's still part of my family, right? So, and yeah, so I have 3 kids. So number 2 is, how long have you been a single mother? We separated in 2010 in February, so this month is actually 6 years. And yeah, it's been almost 6 years to the day. Interesting. Number 3, how do you support your family / what do you do for a living? Well, if you follow my YouTube channel at all, my role in life is to be a caregiver for my son, especially. I mean, for both the twins, because my stepdaughter actually lives with her mother, but she's off at university, so she's kind of on her own now. But my son has, well, he was diagnosed with severe autism, whatever that means. So I am a stay-at-home mom. He does receive some funding from the government because of his disability, and I receive some funding as well from the government. It's not like employment insurance or anything like that. It's a disability-related one for being his caregiver, because it's very, very difficult for me to work outside the home without disappointing an employer. So I'm fortunate that I am able to access that funding. And then we also do receive some child support as well from their dad. But primarily it's the funding that is offered to caregivers of children and adults with severe disabilities. 4, how do you budget your money? I think I do fairly well with budgeting my money. I mean, I will admit I don't budget down to the penny. I'm able to pay our bills and buy whatever kind of the kids need, or the big resource that I have to be able to kind of get everything that we need is different Facebook groups online, posting, asking for items and donating a lot of items to those same groups and everything. So, but I'm not somebody that sits down and knows penny by penny, and I know that that would be very disappointing to my parents if they knew that. But you know, I know fairly well. I know how much is in my account. I know I do have some savings as well that you know, very, very emergency if needed. I have very little credit card debt, and I purposefully actually keep my limit on my credit card very low so that I can't get into debt. And you know what? The big part of budgeting my money is being honest with the kids and saying, you know what? We can't do that right now, but we will in 2 months. Or I can afford to do it in 2 months or something like that. So, I'm very honest with the kids about whether or not we can financially do something at any point in time. So, number 5, when do you get mommy time, which is clarified as alone time away from the kids? Now that my daughter has decided to no longer go to her dad's, or very seldom go to her dad's. She made that decision early November. It's now February. After this weekend, she will have been there 3 days in total. So I don't get much mommy time anymore. And it was an adjustment, I would say, at first, because my ex-husband is good in that he adheres to the every other weekend schedule and has not deterred from that at all, which is great, except I think one weekend he had to go to a conference and he had no control over that, so we just switched weekends. No big deal. I think that's pretty much the only time that he's changed up that every other weekend schedule. So I looked forward to those weekends, to be honest, so that I could catch up on some sleep myself, and do a lot of stuff around the house, getting caught up around the house, cleaning, you know, all that really, really exciting, very sexy stay-at-home mom stuff. And just being able to go and you know, have lunch with a girlfriend or something like that. So now my daughter is home all the time, and so I don't get that alone mommy time very much. Sometimes she will have a play date for a few hours on a weekend when my son's at their dad's, but you know, it's not as much as it was. So I would say the majority of my mommy time, that's alone time, that I get is during the week while the kids are at school, which is great because some single moms or single fathers do not have any alone time at all because their kids are little or they homeschool or something along those lines. You know, when the kids are at school, that's when you're doing all the grocery shopping and the errand running and the appointments and all this kind of stuff. So but what's cool is that my daughter and I seem to have kind of come into a pattern of some kind that, you know, we'll go out, we'll do stuff during the day, and then we kind of just chill at home. So, yeah, so I do kind of take some time for myself, to be able to kind of, even if it's just sitting down with a tea in the quiet for like 5 minutes, that really, really helps. For me anyway, and going to bed after they do. I go to bed about an hour later, and just that quiet alone time just really helps me. Number 6, what's the hardest part about being a single mother? I don't know if it's the hardest part, but for me, something that really weighs heavily on me is the future. My ex-husband is older than I am by 14 years. I know that the kid's future is all on my shoulders. I'm okay with the responsibility, but it also is a huge weight. Primarily because of my son's developmental abilities, and just the constant question of what happens when I'm gone kind of thing. I know my daughter is going to take over the world, and she is, you know, she's going to be fantastic, but she will also be able to live independently, and at this stage in the game, my son probably will not. So that weighs heavily on me, as it is something that's solely on my shoulders. The day-to-day is not bad, actually. I'm okay with it. I think just when my ex-husband and I actually split, I had been solo parenting even though I was married for so long by then. Whether it was early on in the marriage when he was working an hour and a half away all day, so he was gone for 12 hours a day. I worked outside the home then, and you know, I was solo parenting even though I was married. So when we actually when we split up, there really wasn't that much of a difference from a day-to-day standpoint. I find it very difficult when I'm sick or injured, and if you followed my channel at all, you will know that I get injured quite a bit. My son can be very physical in his outbursts, and Mama gets it. So when I'm sick or when I'm injured, it gets very difficult. Number 7, what's the most rewarding part about being a single mother? Just knowing that, you know what, they're fantastic, they're happy, and I'm able to provide everything for them that they need or want. Whether it's financially, yes, okay, but it's more the emotional and spiritual rewards that, you know what, I've brought them up, you know, I did something right. They are definitely my greatest achievements. Number 8, are you currently dating anyone or interested in dating? Yes, I've been with my partner now for 5 years. It was a very slow transition in the beginning. Both of us have been burned in previous relationships, and you know what, it just kind of, it works for us. It's non-traditional, it's not what society deems. You know, everybody kept asking about a year after we started dating, you know, when are you guys going to get married? And we're like, we're not, we're happy the way we are. And people find it strange that we don't live together, but it works for us. We're very happy. We drive each other crazy, but in the good way, and you know, we're good. So we just keep on going. Number 9, what time do you wake up in the morning and what time do you go to sleep? Okay, my alarm goes off at 6:55 every morning. Most mornings that my son is home, I'm awake. Well, I'm awake before then. It really depends on when he wakes up. Kids with autism tend to not sleep very well. So some mornings he could be up at 3. Other mornings he could sleep until 7:30. The 3 o'clock in the morning is a little tough. The 4 o'clock is tough. The 5 o'clock is tough. 6, meh, whatever. But frankly, 3 o'clock in the morning is a ridiculous time to be waking up in the morning for anybody. So then the other part of that is what time do you go to sleep? I start kind of winding down, as in turning off the TV and all that, and you know, doing my bedtime or my evening bedtime routine about 11. I'd say that I'm asleep by about midnight or so. How much quality time do you spend with your kids? It's a very loaded question. Primarily because how do you define quality time, right? Like, quality time for my daughter may mean that she and I are sitting on the couch cuddled up and playing Minecraft together. Or what she loves to do when it's just her and I is sit down, cuddle up on the couch, popcorn, watch a movie. My son loves cuddles, and he has this nightly routine a few times a night where he has to go, and we have to go cuddle in my daughter's bed, and then we have to go cuddle in my bed, and then we come downstairs and we cuddle on the couch. And this is just his thing that he does, and it's 2 or 3 times a night. It's pretty sweet. You know, like, those are the types of quality time that I absolutely love. I'm not really sure. How do you define quality time? I'm not sure. But those are the ones that pop into my head. How do you handle being a single mother? Do you have help? Yes, I do have help. I'm very, very fortunate to have amazing friends and family that will come and help me. My parents, actually, they live an hour and a half away though, so they are not able to help very much. But, you know, they're always there at the end of the phone or by email. or Skype or whatever. They are always there, and if I'm ever in a pickle, I know that I can rely on them. But I would just have to get the kids to them rather than them coming here. My partner, of course, my boyfriend, is absolutely amazing. He is definitely my rock. And yeah, he's absolutely amazing. I have a neighbor that's 3 doors down that I really don't know what I would do without her. It's even the little things of she picks up both her son and my daughter from school every day. That, anyway, her son goes because he's sick quite a bit, but she picks both of them up and brings them back every day, which it makes it so much easier for me because then my son is able to still come back on the bus, and like she's fantastic that way. And her son also has autism, so she gets it, right? So if there's ever any trouble, I know she's right there and she will help in any way, shape, or form. And she knows that I will alternatively as well. So, yeah, and I have other friends that I can call on in town, to, you know, help, I need this. And they will tell me honestly if they can do it or not, which is awesome. And I encourage you, as a single mother, as a solo parenting mother, as, I mean, mother and solo parenting father as well is interchangeable as far as I'm concerned. You know, as a parent of kids with special needs, just ask for help. To me, that shows so much strength to be able to say, you know what, I just need help. And it could be as simple as, can you grab me a tea on the way home? You know, sometimes that's all you need, but you just can't do it. Just ask for help. So how do you make time? Number 12 is, how do you make time for YouTube? It's been much easier since my daughter has, I don't know, found out. I told her, I can't remember, that I make YouTube videos. Now she has her own channel as well. And yeah, we're constantly videoing, right? And I try to kind of do a bunch of videos all in one. So you'll see a few videos where I'm wearing the same shirt or whatever, but, and yeah, I really enjoy making the videos, editing the videos, posting them, chatting with each of you in comments, in messages on Facebook, everything. Like, I love this community. So I love all you guys. I heart you. Hold on, let me put my tea down. I heart you guys. And yeah, it's kind of my way to feel connected on a day when it's minus 15 degrees outside and bitterly cold right now. But I'm with you guys, so it's all good. We're sitting down, we're having a tea, it's all good. As I spill a little bit. Number 13, there's 2 more to go. Okay. There's 15 questions in total. So, number 13, do your kids know that you're a single mother? Do they question it? My daughter actually surprised me a couple years ago now, something like that, when she actually mentioned about me being a single mom. I didn't know, 1, that she knew the term, and 2, that she knew that I'm a single mom. I was quite surprised at it, not from the standpoint of, you know, what that all entails, but just that she was aware of it. So I'm not sure if my son knows, because he is nonverbal, or I shouldn't say nonverbal, he has very, very limited verbal communication. But I don't think that my daughter questions it. She just is like, yep, she's a single mom, and she just moves on, right? Number 14, what are some common misconceptions about being a single mother? I've heard a lot of people complain about how single mothers are damaged, how they're broken, da 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 da. I'd like to think that I'm not that damaged. I mean, we all have skeletons in our closet. We all have ghosts that kind of come up at the weirdest times sometimes. But that's no different from any other relationship that you may have. I'm still working through some things from my marriage, but you know, no different from anyone else. I think another big common misconception about a single mom is that we're just all completely frazzled at all times. And I'm not that frazzled. You know, I'm a Libra. I balance everything out. It's all good. I mean, yes, I have my days, my moments where it's a bit much, and you know, I could use some extra help around here, but I'm not somebody that kind of keeps up with the Joneses, and so I don't put that much pressure on me. I mean, on the hard days, the fact that the three of us are still alive, we're fed, we're watered, we're clothed, even if it's in pajamas, it's a successful day. But that's on the really, really difficult days, right? But the misconception that just single moms can't do it, or that we need to have a man to be able to function, and society's belief that we're damaged goods until we get remarried. I don't understand that. The big one that it's always, well, you're going to get remarried, and it's, no, I'm not. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, paid the divorce lawyer. I'm good. And the last question is, what's one thing you want everyone to know about single moms? Just understand that we're a package deal. If you are asking us to attend something without our children, we probably won't be able to. Or it needs to be worth it enough for us to pay somebody about $40 to $60 to look after our kids. Now, I do have two people that I can leave both my kids with. One is my bio dad. He actually, he comes every Thursday to be able to watch my kids while I go to school at night. And I am so thankful for that, and yet he actually sits there going, oh no, thank you. So it's kind of cool how we're like overthanking each other all the time. And then obviously my boyfriend as well, he can watch both of the kids. Other people can come and kind of watch them for, you know, under half an hour if I have to run out because it's an emergency of some kind. But really, those are the two people that are able to handle if my son has a hard time. So pretty much, if single moms are invited somewhere without their kids, one, we do appreciate the invitation, but two, we pretty much can't go. And that's just the way it is. And as much as, you know, we do try to get out on our own, because we love to have adult time, so don't forget about asking us, because we do want to be asked. And then just leave it up to us as to whether or not we can do it. So I'm sure something else will pop into my head at another time, but there we go. There's my 15 questions answered. Again, let me know in the comments below if you guys choose to do this, and be sure to check out Chay's YouTube channel as well. She actually has everybody listed on there that was in the original tags. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe while you're down there too. Talk to you guys later. Bye.